Hi, welcome again to RoseDale Conversations. I am your co-host Clara Rose, and today we have
Christy Dale here, where we want to remind you that content is the power tool of modern influence.
Yeah, welcome. Today we have someone really special with us. She's a friend of mine, but she's also the co-owner of a really cool company. I'm super excited to introduce to you Jennifer Brathe with LiquidSMARTS.
Hi guys, glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
You
Thanks
are so
for joining
welcome.
us.
So I am a huge fan of LiquidSMARTS and what you do, in part because I kind of come from the training world, but I want to start by having you tell us about what it is that LiquidSMARTS does and why you guys started this.
Great. LiquidSMARTS is a global sales training company, and Gunter Vessels and I started this company last year, really more so because of what our clients were asking us to do, which was make training easier and allow for reinforcement to actually happen. So we came up with this new concept and took a 2-day training course, broke it down into individual microlearning courses, which are about 3 to 5 minutes, and make it easy for our clients to consume learning and actually apply it every day.
Which is awesome. So isn't that a great idea to listen to what your customers are asking for and then create a business around it?
That's a wonderful idea.
I think that's awesome.
But I've been intrigued since the start with the name of your company, like LiquidSMARTS.
Right.
I mean, that really speaks to something. So talk to us a little bit about what your customers consuming and how that happens.
Okay. So when we came up with the name, what we thought about was SMARTS is really the core of what we're doing. What our clients like for us to do, our requests that we do, is come in and help liquefy that liquefy their concepts or their products. So one of the product lines that we do offer is liquefaction of their products and helping them teach their teach their employees about their products, and again in that 3 to 5 minute micro learning format.
So you take something that might take them, a couple of days to learn, a training or something to get through, and make it into little bite-sized nuggets.
That's right. So we do it in a video format, so they can either get it on their computer, they can get it on their phone. We make it very easy for them to understand and consume it. Yeah.
So how can LiquidSMARTS make me smarter?
Well, there's many ways that we can do that, and we have a website that you can go to where we have all of our micro-learning videos. We store all those. There's about a little over 150 videos right now that focus on soft skills, like negotiating and relationship building. And we also have something called DealSMARTS, which is it's a sales process that's free for our members.
So why are you giving away a free sale? So this is to train you how to do sales, right?
That's right.
And how come you're giving that away for free?
Well, we give it away for free because we do believe that everybody should have a sales process. So when we would go into our clients, everybody would be using some sort of sales process, and we do support the fact that there should be a sales process in place. We give ours away free because we feel it's essential. And it's something that we can do for our clients also. So if you go to our website, you can actually register and download that free sales process. And we also give 10 videos of micro-learning videos away for free as well that help teach you how to use that sales process.
And that's just liquidsmarts.com? They can go and find that?
You can go to liquidsmarts.com, and
Okay.
you can go right on the website, and you can see there that you can actually download it for free.
Very nice. Okay, so I go to LiquidSMARTS and to DealSMARTS, and I download and I do this free training. What else do you have to offer me beyond that?
Well, beyond that, once you do that, then we would sit down and talk to you and find out what exactly do you think that you need. And we would then go ahead and recommend that you join our membership. We offer a membership once a month. Is a $99 fee. And you get access to 100% of the videos, all of the videos that are online. But we do something that's a little bit different than what our competitors do, and we do assessments first and foremost to find out where you are and where your skill set is.
My favorite thing.
Yeah, and so
ever.
So based on the data that we're able to pull out of that, we then go ahead and create custom learning pathways for the individual, and we work with you. We'll hold your hand through the process and we'll do consulting during the month also, so if you have any questions. And we continue to build on those learning pathways. So once you finish one pathway, it's not the end of where we are. We then go ahead and talk to you again and go through the consulting process again, and then create more learning pathways to continue to build on what you've learned.
So you can take one thing that you might be struggling with, or you feel like you need more training or education on, and work on that, and then, okay, let's work on this next piece.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
Okay.
But
And
more importantly, LiquidSMARTS will assess the best way that I'm going to learn and consume that material.
Exactly. So we have the ability to go ahead and really get inside your head and figure out what's going on and where you are in the process.
So who is LiquidSMARTS' ideal client?
We actually work with clients from one-offs like 1099 realtors all the way up to global clients. So really it goes across the board.
Everybody who wants to be smarter.
Anybody that wants to be smarter, that's right. That's right.
And we all know that happens from training, right? Training is an important part of any company in bringing out what's the strengths of our employees, to streamlining our processes, all of those things, that all comes from training.
Right.
So you guys really have found a way to bring training into this century, right?
That's
so right. It's not the same old, let's spend a week in compliance training, right?
Right.
Where you want to, right? Because we all know those are no fun, and giving us a really a different approach.
That's correct.
To training.
You're absolutely
That's
right.
Super cool. Now I know this because I've been through that beginning piece of that process. But tell us a little bit about the assessment piece of it, because
Okay.
that for me was the coolest part, when I did my assessments, and then you came back with all of this information for me.
That's
so
right.
Explain a little bit about how those assessments work. How does it get you to a point of being able to customize something for me?
Okay.
What do you learn about me?
So the assessments, we have a number of different assessments that we offer. The one that we use, is our trimetrics, and it focuses on a person's behavior. So the what of a person. What do you see when you take a look at a person? And how are they going to behave in front of you? We take a look at their drivers, or what motivates them. So why does a person get out of bed and put one foot in front of the other? A lot of times people have a hard time identifying that. Our assessment can actually, it'll clue in on what those things are. And then the last thing is our competency. So that it's a 25 soft skills that talks about what strengths, where are their strengths in a person's soft skills, and where are they, I guess, weaker. So once we pull all of that information together, we can then go to the person and actually talk to them with behaviors, how to adapt your behavioral style to other people that you're talking to. So in a sales setting, if you walk into somebody's office, we'll teach you how to identify what the person's behavior is that you're speaking to, so that you know how to adapt your behavior to them. And then from a driver's standpoint, talk about on teams, the drivers is very important, because we can take a look at what other people's drivers are on the team, and then how people best work together, where there may be conflicts, and then how to resolve that from a leadership standpoint. And then skill set. One of the things that we are super excited about being able to do this is that people will go to a 2-day training in sales and just learn everything, or be taught everything. If we can identify what the skill sets are, which with this assessment we can then just focus on the things that they need, and not necessarily focus on everything, and what we call fire hose the person with information.
Right. Okay. Which just sadly it's proven that retention isn't there.
Right.
With the fire hose training.
Exactly,
So,
about 5% retention
yeah.
rate.
So
Ouch.
this is an assessment process that will actually improve the way that I interact, like with myself, with my coworkers, with
That's right.
my employers, or it will help employers with employees.
That's
like
right.
it can just improve interaction all the way around in the workplace.
That's right, and it'll also help leaders be able to coach their employees. So when you have a team full of people, knowing how to approach a person and how to teach them to do what you want them to do is key. So it's really great for leadership as well. We've got some other assessments as well that we offer. One is a motivational, it's another motivational assessment, but it talks about risk and how much risk a person is willing to take and at what level. So that's an interesting one to use, especially when you're working with large groups of employees.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. So I would think that that would be super important when you're looking to hire someone and bring somebody in to understand
That's right.
some of those things about them. So do you ever use that in a pre-employment setting, or is this all kind of post-employment?
We do.
Stuff?
We use that. We use both of those when in the hiring process. So we can do something called benchmarking, which will outline what you're looking for, what the employer is looking for in an employee, and we can use these assessments to. I'm
so sorry.
That's okay. We can use these assessments to pinpoint the type of people that you're actually looking for, and predictively tell you what type of an employee that person will be.
Okay. So we've been here with Jen Bravo of LiquidSMARTS, and she's been sharing with us the many ways that her company brings training to the workplace in order to benefit professionals. So thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Everyone be sure and visit liquidsmarts.com and check out the Dale Smarts.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
At Dr. B Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the individuality of each child
and they also teach us how to take care of our teeth
and offer an exceptional and gentle dental care experience for all children. With our laser procedures, we are able to provide gentler treatments and faster healing time.
Come meet Dr. B.
A brutality free.
Call Dr. B's Pediatric Dentistry today.
Oh, we're back.
Well,
live.
Guest
It's
joined us a little
live,
bit ahead
right?
of time.
Welcome back. So we had a visitor. She was trying to give me a mint because I was choking in the last segment. So I have recovered and I'm fine. Thank you. That was awfully sweet. So welcome back to RoseDale Conversations, and as you can now see, we have somebody new sitting up here with us. So I want to introduce to you Theresa Fowler Webb, and she is one of our newest authors, and we're super excited to have you. Welcome to RoseDale Conversations.
Thank you for having me.
We're super
glad you joined us.
So tell us a little bit about what you do. What do you do? Other than world famous author, right?
Well, I've been one of the fortunate ones to have a great, long 28-year career with one builder, a very well recognized and well respected builder in the nation. And part of that time of 28 years, 20 years I was focused and concentrated on active adult living communities. Just the whole gamut.
I think that you are more passionate than any person I've ever met in my entire life when it comes to the subject of active adult living. What drives that passion?
Just everything that it offers and everything that it can be. Just the idea. Just the idea of the concept and the idea of what you can do with your life and where your life can take you at this stage of your life.
Okay, so you've had 28 years of experience in this particular lifestyle, right, with people and into active adult living communities. And what are some of the things that you saw there? What happened while you were working in that community that...
Lots of things happened.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to know about all of them, but, you know, the things that are camera...
Well,
clean.
Well, if you really want to know what happened.
If you want to make Clara blush, it might be fun, but yeah.
Well, in my book, actually, without giving away too much, I do share a lot of experiences, mostly with the customers that purchased that maybe had some fears before purchasing or during the purchase and how they overcame them. In the book, it offers just pearls of wisdom through those customers. So there's intimate interviews, and like you said, I'm passionate. Yes, I want to hear from the people who are living it. And they offer pearls of wisdom on how to avoid certain things and what to look for and basically what they have found. And everybody's going to find something different.
Absolutely. So you were there working in this industry for 28 years and then you retired, right?
Yes.
But you're back to work again.
Oh, yes.
So what happened?
Nothing. Nothing happened for 2 months. There's just so many closets you can clean, okay? I wasn't made for that. So I really wanted to put some of all this knowledge, experience, and love for what I really enjoyed the most in my life, and that was working with these folks. This portion of my career was just 20 years out of the 28 for the builder. So I had so much to share. I had so much knowledge. I felt like I need to share this. I need to share this with people that are in this category, because I'm in this category, and I want this. And so if I didn't know this was available, how would I know that I want it? So basically that's what the book covers. It just covers the benefits, which there's lots of those, and the why, and the what, and the how.
So who are you working for nowadays?
Theresa Fowler, PA.
Yourself.
Tell us a little bit about
Theresa
that.
Fowler, Webb, PA, but that's who I work for now. I work for me. I have my own company, and I do some general real estate in the active adult community market, and I wrote this wonderful book that will be free in a digital form because I do want to share it with as many people as possible. I want to get the word out as to what's available to you at this stage of your life called retirement.
So let's just back up for a quick second and talk about, because not everyone may understand what you mean when you say active adult community or active adult living. If you've never heard that term before, what does that really mean?
It could mean anything. I think it will mean anything. It means something different to everyone.
Okay.
Because of the concept, and Del E. Webb came up with the concept in 1960. He believed in everything being available to adults that were retiring in one area, within the boundaries of a community. And he created a community called Sun City, and it's in Arizona. And he had over 100,000 visitors in a weekend, and this is in 1960. So, and he was very, very, very successful in that community, and that community continues on today, or that type of community, I should say, in the concept, all over the United States. Same concept, maybe a different version, but it's all about being with people that are like-minded, being with people in the same stage of your life, with common interests, same goals, all of that which creates and forges friendships and relationships, which is very healthy for you, because the social aspect of life is very important at this stage of life, according to some studies that have been done. Activity also. It includes activity from golfing.
Who's the typical person that you see who's interested in active adult living and living in that kind of community?
Typical could be anyone from 50 years old to 90 years old.
Do they let you in if you're only 50?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. So it could be me.
It could, yes. It could be, yes. It could be me. Yes, 20%.
Wait a minute, did I just confess my age on camera?
No,
live. She confessed live.
Yes.
Okay.
To answer your question, it is 20% of the people can be under the age of 55. Living in these types of communities that are registered as adult communities. Active adult communities offers a lot more activities, social events, gatherings, togetherness, that type of thing.
So the active adult community is not just a 55 and over, which means you just can't have any children living at home, correct?
Right, you can't have any children under the age of 20 living at home.
Oh, under the age of 20,
to the federal guideline, right.
Okay, and so that's 55 and older. But active adult living, that's like a whole nother beast, right? Another step.
It's just a modified, glorified version of adult living because it has the activity part of it.
Okay.
Either it could be social, it could be just golf, it could be a variety of things.
So there's golf communities.
Yes.
But they're not all active adult living, right?
Correct.
Because golf communities can be family communities as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, wow, there's lots of little different...
There are, and that's why I wrote this book. It just helps guide you through some of these questions and just provides answers to a journey that you're going to take at this time of your life. This is just the beginning of the next stage of your life, reading the book, getting you there, and hopefully once we get you there, you can get to the next stage, which is enjoyment, meeting friends, just starting a whole new life, or not, just continuing on what you were doing. I mean, in our 20s, what are we doing? We're building our careers, we're having our families. In our 30s, we're raising those families. And we're, tweaking our careers. In our 40s, basically, as I mentioned in the book, we think we found ourselves. Hopefully we have. And then
trying not to kill the teenagers in our home.
Right. And then what happens in our 50s? Our kids move out, they're off to college, they're getting married.
Right.
And now we're...
Now what?
Now what is definitely,
that's
definitely the question.
That's exactly where we're at. My husband and I, we just had what we hope is the last of our crew move out about a weekend and a half ago, so. And we're looking at each other, we're like, now what? Like, the house is quiet, it's empty.
It's going to be a lot of changes.
It's way too big. It's way bigger than we need for just the two of us. So we're like,
right, so many look to right size, many look for warmer climate. That's where you would have to find your why. Why would active adult living be something you should consider? And what does it consider? And how am I getting there?
Well, because like you said, you can only clean so many closets. I can only binge watch so much TV.
Yes.
Which she's done already. Like,
I have, so now what?
Now, let's do something new now.
Yeah, so that's it. It's an interesting subject to me, for sure, at this stage of my life.
It's very popular in today's world. A lot of people feel just that, I've raised my kids, it's time for me. And some of them have a little guilt. That may come with that, but it's easily overcome because it is their time. And they still can have the relationships with their families because they can move in areas where their families are, if that's a motivator or a driver. There are other areas that, other reasons, other whys, that may be climate, maybe they want a warmer climate, environment, maybe they want to be by the beach, or maybe they want to be at the ski slopes. So all of these things need to be considered before you could take action. So the book actually serves as a tour guide through the finer points of active adult community living, offers options for you to think about. It even has a questionnaire so you can actually qualify yourself to see where your thoughts are, because some of us can get a little lost. We don't know what we really, really want, you know? And then we're faced with all of this.
So you said your book is a guide, and your subtitle is a guide to the finer points of active adult living, right?
Right.
So what are some of the key points of this guide to active adult living that you've created?
Well, some of the key points are that's going to be different for everyone too. Trying to extrapolate the information that's going to be beneficial to you as an individual through all of these interviews and through all of the opinions and facts. I mean, this isn't simply conjecture or opinion. There are facts.
Right.
Right.
This is actually step by step how to consider this as an option,
Step by
right?
step. It's good, like
what do you need to know before you can even make this consideration?
So what are some of the things that I need to know before I think about this?
Oh, she's moving.
I don't know about that, but you know.
Well, you need to understand your why. Why would you want to live in an active adult community?
Because my kids can't move back in with me.
My kids can't move back. Well, I don't know. If they're over 20, they can certainly do that.
Well, they can't move back in with me with their kids.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
So are you interested in joining in activities with like-minded people? Are you interested in playing a game of canasta or poker? How about some Las Vegas headliner shows at the social hall in the clubhouse? Or maybe you just want to sit by the pool.
Okay.
Have a glass
that
of
all
wine.
sounds good. So let's say Christy wants to do all of these things.
You can do all of those things.
Okay. So what do I need to know in order to move forward and make those kinds of decisions? I mean,
you need to understand.
You've got insider information that I don't have, right? So I want some of it, and I'm guessing our audience does too.
Yeah.
Right. And in the book, you'll find some of the areas to avoid, some of the pitfalls of living in an active adult community, and you're going to need to understand your buying budget range. You're going to need to understand what your location would be as a preference, is the state, right down to, start with your state, your city, and then right down to where in the actual community you want to be located. Do you want to be near the clubhouse, away from the clubhouse, near the tennis courts, away from any noise, away from any roads? All of those things we need to go on, make a list of my must-haves and my nice-to-haves.
Okay.
All your must-haves.
And your book's going to guide me through that process and help me to know all the right questions to ask.
Yes, it'll take you right through even the HOA. I know you don't know what it is.
Oh, Lord.
I know what that is.
You've heard of it. You've heard of it.
Yes.
Yes, I dedicated an entire chapter to the Homeowners Association or the Property Owners Association, which
is important.
It is.
Right? Important to understand.
Many communities are governed by some sort of an association, and it's critical to understand what your responsibilities are and what the community's responsibilities are. Because one of the things we didn't mention, which is really important, is the maintenance-free type living that's offered with most of the active adult communities. Your
You
lawn
don't have
care.
to mow your own lawn anymore.
Mow your own lawn, take care of your irrigation, pull the weeds.
It's all
None
done
of that.
for you.
Even right down to painting the outside of the home, included in your maintenance fees, pressure cleaning your driveways, things like this. And each community differs, but a lot of the communities have some of the commonalities that I'm speaking of. So that's another huge benefit of living in an active adult community. Huge.
Right.
So we can have lots of fun and less responsibility, right?
There you go. It's like going back.
See, I'm catching on
when we were
already.
kids.
So we're going to be back in a few seconds to hear more about some of the specific people who are sharing pearls of wisdom in your book and some of your fun stories that you've acquired over the years.
Yeah. So we need to take a quick break. So some of our advertisers can have their moment in the sun, and we'll be back to talk a little bit more about So Alive After 55 and this amazing new book and how it can help you decide if this is the lifestyle for you.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
At Dr. B Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the individuality of each child
And they also teach us how to take care of our teeth.
and offer an exceptional and gentle dental care experience for all children. With our laser procedures, we are able to provide gentler treatments and faster healing time.
Come meet Dr. B. I'll be calorie-free.
Call Dr. B's Pediatric Dentistry today.
Welcome back. We are talking with Theresa Fowler Webb about her new book, So Alive After 55. And this is exciting because I'm not 55, but it's coming. So it's really exciting for me to have helped work on this project and learn more about the active adult living option, which I had just no clue. You see the over 55 and I just think, okay, no kids, but you just don't. I never thought beyond that there was more to it than that. So this has been exciting for me to learn about what is available. So one of the fun things for me in this project was reading the stories. And these are stories that are actual people, real life people in communities that you've worked with. These are their stories. And so we're excited to hear a little bit from them. So each chapter of your book has a story. And some pearls of wisdom and a takeaway, which I think it makes it a wonderful tool. But let's hear from some of these people.
Okay. Well, I'm going to share an actual resident living in an active adult community.
Okay.
And it starts with, why did you move to an active adult community and what inspired you to do so? It's a really funny story. My wife went out shopping one day with her girlfriend and came home only to tell me that she put a deposit on a home in an adult community along with her girlfriend. She went out shopping for a dress and she came home with a house.
I don't think I could get away with that.
I know, I
It would be nice.
Right? I'm going to go out and get a dress, but
Yeah,
I just bought a house.
Yeah, no big deal.
So this is one of my favorites. At that time, we had been living in our home for 9 years, which was in a small community with a small clubhouse, no gated front entrance, and no social activities to enjoy. My wife really was interested in socializing and meeting new people, forging new friendships, and having camaraderie with neighbors. She wanted to play cards, have block parties, get involved with community affairs. It was obvious to her that an active adult community would fill the void she was so needing to fill. I had no idea I would grow to love it as much as I do. No idea at all. So he's telling me he's going to be loving this. Once I settled in, it became clear to me that some of the residents were part-time residents who were at their homes a portion of the year and their other homes the other portion. They needed someone to watch over their homes while they were spending time at their other homes. Many of these snowbirds, or seasonal residents, needed someone to walk through the home once a week, keep an eye on the exterior and the irrigation, the yard, etc. and report any issues to the appropriate parties. So I started a home watching business and offered my services to those individuals interested. Before I knew it, I was no longer retired. Quite the contrary, I was very busy again. The business kept growing for 20 years until my recent retirement. I had over 100 clients when I retired. When we purchased our home, we were one of the first residents to move into our community. There were no activities yet and no clubs were formed, since there was not an abundance of residents as yet. We chose to be the leaders of our block. We created and organized social events, block parties, and meet and greet events. We knew that these type of events would bring people together and feel strongly that they were a must. Those activities helped form the culture of the community and brought people together, which we feel avoids the forming of cliques, and nobody wants to deal with cliques.
No, nobody wants to deal with cliques.
So his pearls of wisdom, which are shared by him, the most important piece of advice I would like to share is that you must have a voice. Do not move into a community and hibernate. Take part in what is happening, what is going on around you, and in the community. You will stay younger. Socialize. If you don't socialize and you don't meet your neighbors, you will be stuck in a rut. We absolutely love living in an active adult community, and it has been over 20 years, and we still have lots to do and to enjoy.
So this, just in hearing you read this story out loud, a couple of things come to my attention. He was already retired.
Yes,
right?
he was already retired.
So do you know about how old he was when he
I actually know he was 70.
So he was 70 and he started a whole new business.
Oh my goodness.
I love entrepreneurs. I love
Changed his life, started a business. His wife went dress shopping, brought him home a house. It turned into a business. And
so then 20
life
years
just
later,
gets rolling.
Right, he was 70, so
he retired
92.
again.
He just retired at 91.
Did they move to a new community? Did they leave that community?
No,
or did they
they're
stay
still in
there
that
same
community. They're still in that community and still very active in that community.
So another thing that caught my attention was you were talking about when they moved in, there wasn't any activities yet. So that's interesting.
Well, they were one of the first people to move in.
Okay.
So when you purchased, he purchased a to-be-built home in a brand new community that was just being developed by builder developer. So he was one of the first people to close. So he was number 8 out of, say, 700. So nothing was formed. The clubhouse wasn't probably even built yet. So, and this does happen when you do purchase a newly constructed home in a newly constructed development. You may have to wait for the clubhouse to start participating. You may have to start forming some of the social events.
Well, you have an opportunity, right, to lead and drive the kind of activities that you're really hoping for.
It's perfect. If you're interested in that and you want to make an impact, that's perfect to get involved at that stage, because you do help form the culture, as he said, and you do help form the way the community is going to start to take shape.
So if you are one of those people who just want everything to already be up and running, you just want to jump in, then you need to be in a more developed community perhaps, or maybe buy a new to you versus a built, correct?
Right, a new to you. That's basically a previously owned home by someone else. And it comes with a lot of benefits also. And you mentioned some of the benefits, which is instant fun, instant enjoyment.
Already built out.
Instant community.
You know, your house already has window treatments because it's previously owned. And all the clubs are formed. You can get involved as soon as you want. You can involve the next day. You can actually meet people and speak to them about the community, about their involvement, about what the community offers, understand the inner workings of the community, and see where you want to get involved. Because you don't only have to be on the board of directors of the HOA. You can be on a committee and be so impactful to the community. So
these people stories have been like one of the favorite parts in creating this book, and just what happens with all these people is so important. There was one story that I remember working on where there was a newer couple in the community and they were unsure about some things, and you actually invited another couple in who had stopped by the office to come in and talk with them and share and help them to feel more comfortable, create a friendship right at the front. So
Yes.
those kinds of stories are what make the book really sweet.
Right.
So
It is
we're
sweet.
we're
That is
running
sweet.
out of time. So I would love more stories, but we are running out of time. When is your book available?
Soon.
When soon?
When is soon?
We are hoping for Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday after
Wednesday.
tomorrow, Wednesday.
The day
So
after
you're
tomorrow.
After
just
55 will be available in paperback and as a free Kindle edition
Yes.
this Wednesday.
Yes, this Wednesday. 2
Yeah.
days.
Just go to Amazon.com, or you can go to SoAliveAfter55.com.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
And it will just lead you.
It'll lead you to
It'll
Amazon.
direct you
Yeah.
where to
Yeah.
go next.
Well, thank you so much for being on our show. We're so excited about the new book, and it was just a pleasure
I'm very
to.
excited too. Thank you so much for having me.
You are
Thank
very
you, thank
welcome.
you.
All righty,
Enjoy.
going to break. See you shortly.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
At Dr. B Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the individuality of each child
And they also teach us how to take care of our teeth.
and offer an exceptional and gentle dental care experience for all children. With our laser procedures, we are able to provide gentler treatments and faster healing time.
Come meet Dr. B.
A brutality free.
Call Dr. B's Pediatric Dentistry today.
Where am I looking at?
We are back. Welcome back. We have somebody new sitting over here that we'd like to introduce you to. Now, you'll notice that the book is still up in the background because Webb is actually married to this lovely lady, aren't you?
Because of the book.
Because it's not married to her because of the book. You see,
That's the power of a book. If you need a wife, write a book.
Actually, Brad, you're not the writer, you're not the real estate person. You actually have a different kind of business, right? Your company is all about websites.
It's a digital marketing
Digital
company.
marketing. That was the terminology I needed right there. But you've done something really unique for Theresa for her book, and that's what we really want to talk about today.
Right.
Right? So tell us about that process.
I should probably back up and tell you where I come from.
Oh, yes.
So a little bit about my background.
Okay,
Are we going to hear the Dollar Shave Club story again?
Yes.
I love the Dollar Shave
You
Club
got to hear that
story.
story.
Please share that with us.
So back in 2008, we all experienced the financial crisis. Okay, a series of unfortunate events happened to me at that moment, and but there were a lot of people that came online that were looking to start businesses. It was a time where entrepreneurship at that online became big. So I studied success. So I actually went on there and I'm like, okay, what are people doing? When I started this, I couldn't even do a blog. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. So, I said I can figure this out. You know, I've got 20 years from my prior industry in sales training and all that. I can do this. I can apply this. So whenever I went in and started looking at it, I saw the people that were making the most money. The industry I was in was affiliate marketing. Okay, I wasn't familiar with that, but I looked, and there were leaderboards. They used to have contests of who could actually refer the most clients. And the website owners were always at the top of the list. So I'm like, okay, I think the key is to become a website owner. Okay, so flashing forward, because I want to talk about Theresa's book. I figured out, okay, digital marketing is the way to do this. Okay, so email marketing, banner advertising. There are people that are looking to promote their products and services online. Flash forward to today, I have 52,000 customers across the globe, and I basically pay them to bring in new customers.
That's impressive.
I want that.
It's kind of where...
Sign me up for that.
Yeah, right. It's kind of where everything is going. The Dollar Shave Club example was, I was one of the, not first clients, but I was in that pretty early. But Michael Dubin, I believe is his name, he actually just sold his business for $1 billion to Unilever. But he was really good about bringing people in, his customers, and he used his customers as salespeople. Because you've probably experienced this before, where you go in and you see, oh, here's a link, share this with your friends in social media, in email, and stuff like that. It just works. And that really was the premise of what I did in my business that already existed. Okay, so I've paid my people to the tune of about $400,000. Wow. Okay, and it's a 7-figure business in sales. It's generated 7-figure in sales, and I did it with no capital.
Impressive.
So,
impressive.
I'm saying that not to impress you, but to tell you that model is actually what I built with Theresa. Okay, she came in. This is a woman with 20 years of experience. She's basically walking them through, you know, not the how. Typically, people go into how to do something versus why. She walks them through a heartfelt, you know, what's your why, and then walks them through the process. She didn't hit them all, which I was over there going, okay, don't give everything away. but
I still want to read the book, I promise.
Right.
Read the book.
But the website is designed to where once people start reading this book, she knows around 13,000 clients in her prior 9 communities. So we're hoping that the word will start getting around. Even though they're living that life, it explains to people that aren't experiencing that. We're hoping that they'll pass that along to their friends up north, you know, because they've probably heard them talk about it before. I'm sure if they're friends, and they're probably, I don't really know what that is, because you heard, what's the definition?
Right.
I didn't know.
Right.
Yeah.
And this will be a good guide to reinforce what their friends have already been saying. So,
Well, they can learn not only like the process, like how to go about doing it, or you know what's there, but also finding maybe some whys that resonate with them in these interviews in the book.
That they maybe didn't even know.
right. One thing that has come from this experience, I didn't sign up for this, by the way. My wife started referring to me as her IT and marketing director, and I said, look, I don't work for you. But
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I do. I ended up working for it.
That's awesome.
So, but in the process, this script that I built, it's basically, I broke it down into, okay, let's get the social aspect in there. There's a way where she can actually drip out messages to customers. And it gives her an opportunity for people that are interested in that lifestyle. She can actually capture their email address so she can send relevant content, blog posts and stuff like that, that will affect the community. So if people haven't opted in, absolutely opt in, because this is a woman with an abundance of knowledge in that, and she's going to share it with everybody.
Absolutely. And speaking of relevant content, Theresa is going to be answering questions in her blog over the upcoming months. So if you have a question about active adult living or about active adult living communities, feel free to email those questions to her at Theresa@soaliveafter55.com.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Blunt.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do it.
I do want to hit up on, I don't know how much time we have here.
We'll keep track of time for you. But so you've created a script or a process that's specific to a book and to a professional who wants to use their book to expand their influence and establish their expertise and, of course, grow their profits. So
which
we're
opens
interested in sharing that with our viewers.
The whole networking experience, and these two folks are absolute geniuses at it.
We're geniuses.
It opens up a lot of opportunities. There's some of the largest gurus out there tell you motion creates emotion. Okay, many times when people start a business, and this stuff just stuck with me, they're like, I don't know exactly what to do. And for entrepreneurs that are just starting out, you know, I'll give you a nice little piece of advice here: just get moving.
Yeah, do something.
Do something. The worst thing that you could do is say, I don't have it, because a year later, you're going to be saying that again. Just move. I'll give you an example of why that works. This process, I was just putting together a website for my wife, okay, to help her get this message out, an important message. In the process, I discovered that you guys possibly, there's an opportunity there for somebody to help authors have websites.
Yeah,
Okay?
Absolutely.
I have a template for that now. I'm kicking that back and forth with these two.
Yes.
Our graphics person, Kelly.
amazing.
Fantastic. So you have a group of people that have come together here to where the quality of graphics, the quality of publisher, which outstanding. And I'm trying to keep pace with the two of them.
You're doing fabulous. We're impressed.
But you've got a circle of
Doing great.
expertise and excellence, and more importantly, there's honor within this group.
Yes.
Okay. Honesty,
Integrity.
Integrity.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And
I would agree with that.
But that's a piece we've been looking for, because we do have authors who've come to us, and actually, honestly, we have a few people who haven't signed with us because we don't have a marketing approach.
Right.
We want to write and edit, right? We don't want to market.
We don't want to market.
So to have someone who wants to partner with us to create an opportunity for our authors to market their books is strong. It's really strong for us.
Now, we don't have this together yet.
No, 2019. Keep your eyes and ears open. You know, if you're thinking about writing a book and you do need some assistance with that marketing piece, we believe that we are not only going to have a marketing package available for you, but also a design and branding package available for you as an author.
But we will take one-offs. If somebody's already
now, call.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll
if you're ready, let's go.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about the, like I said earlier when I got here, the common denominator between my wife and Jennifer, the prior in LiquidSMARTS. I've worked with Jennifer as well. Okay, and this is where once you find integrity and honesty within a group, and we found that within you guys, our inner circle is starting to expand. Okay, and Jennifer, I actually had an assessment done on me. Which is
so cool, right? So cool.
It is, and I'm just like, okay, don't share this with me.
Don't show anybody.
It's excellent in the fact that it was about 20 minutes, and when I took it, they processed it quick, got it back to me, and it really gives you some insight as to what's your mindset, your behavior mindset, and it fully intrigued me. So I'm expanding on that and doing some of their sales training as well. But and I fully expect that as this process moves forward, we're going to expand beyond this because this little group is becoming a big group. You know, they're growing.
Things are happening.
Yeah. So
it's the power of networking, right?
It is
Yes.
the power of
Yes.
networking.
Which is what I will say to my wife. My wife is, you see the way she reads. I said, you should do podcasts, right? I love the way she reads because it's captivating and the passion comes through.
That's a good idea.
And I didn't say that on camera.
Maybe
did
we
I?
need maybe we need to take a next step with the book. We have a physical book. We'll have a
was just
digital
thinking
copy.
that.
Maybe we need to do an audio
Time
book.
to do
Right.
audiobooks.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But the message for this segment is important because, like she said, I love just going through the process with her. When we're kids, we focus on what's the most important thing, our friends.
Right.
You know, family's always important, but your friends are important. And then as life starts, you know, the middle part of your life, towards the active adult community segment, now you're, okay, all the kids are taken care of, careers, you know, coming down to, and getting back into activity is important. You know, I speak for personal experience. I had some relatives later on in life, they didn't have that. You know, and she actually pulled some studies. It was interesting going through this process. She pulled studies that said it's actually healthy.
Yes.
But it makes sense. It makes sense. We're social creatures, right?
Yeah.
So
we don't have our families to focus on anymore, or our careers to focus on at the level we did when we were younger, right? Then we can go back to focusing on friendips.
I'm amazed.
And the now what factor.
I'm amazed by the interviews that she did. It was fun to experience this. The interviews that she did, the passion. You know, these are my mom and dad actually live. It's not an active adult community. Otherwise, you know, they would have them in there as an interview. But similar. And she talks about how this level of friendship actually becomes family.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been with Brad Webb, Theresa's wonderful and dedicated husband, sharing the power of active adult living and finding your why.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. We're running out of time. Thank you so much for being here with us.
I can talk more if you.
Alrighty, bye guys.
Bye.